am Guadalupe Arias, Public Speaking 1315, Against Abortions and Pro-Life. What is an abortion? An abortion is the termination of an unwanted pregnancy by the removal or expulsion from the uterus of a fetus or embryo resulting in or caused by its death. Now, the only word that pops out to most in that definition is death, because abortions are murder. Whether some people like it or not, it's simply that, and those who perform and have abortions are murderers. According to the Center for Bioethical Reform, there are 1.37 million abortions every year in the United States. That's 3,700 a day. Now, this might be a fake baby doll, but imagine if it was real. Imagine about 4,000 of these innocent babies getting killed every day for something they had no control over. Today, by explaining why abortions are bad, I want to encourage you to become pro-life. And if you're already pro-life, to help support the cause to make abortions illegal. There are many types of abortions and procedures that you can take, but the one that stood out to me most was called dictation and evacuation, otherwise known as D&E. This type of abortion is done after the 3rd month of pregnancy. The cervix must be dilated before the abortion. Usually, Lemurian sticks are inserted into the cervix. These are made out of sterilized seaweed that is composed of thin sticks. When it's inserted, they absorb moisture and expand, thus enlarge the cervix. The abortionist then seizes a leg, an arm, and other body parts of the baby with a twisting motion and tears it from the body with plier instruments. This continues until only the head remains. Finally, the skull is crushed and pulled out. The nurse must reassemble the bodies to be sure that all of them were removed. Heartbreaking, isn't it? So why do women have abortions? Some females have abortions because they fear of having and or raising a child. Maybe they don't think they're mature enough, they don't have the support from anyone. Others say they don't have the money to raise a child. Well, abortions aren't free and they're not cheap. But the biggest reason why is because of rape or birth defects. They say that they don't want a kid that brings bad memories to them. Well, is it the baby's fault? That's a terrible thing, like rape would happen to you, and if God chose to give you a baby with birth defects, why should it be punished? I believe that rape and incest are horrible crimes and should be punished, but I don't believe that a child conceived from either should be killed. Reasons why it's wrong. 1. Human values. It's murder, and if you get the death penalty for killing anyone else in the world or get sent to prison and to life, how is it okay to kill something you helped create? 2. Religious values. In God's eyes, it's not what He would want. And one of the 10 Commandments is, you shall not kill. 3. Related to your conscience. It will haunt you for the rest of your life, having to live and knowing that other people know and having them judge you. Health risk and how it affects people. People will treat you different. Some people might not even want to associate with you. It will affect you at church, work, school, and etc. If you do it once, you'll be tempted to do it again, whether there's a good reason or not. You might even tell others to get the procedure done. From getting this procedure, it can result in your death. Health complications like breast cancer, ovarian, and liver cancer, or complications to future pregnancies and labors. There's only one abortion that's permitted, which is a medical abortion. If a baby has serious birth defects and will not survive no matter what the doctors do, and it endangers the life of the mother, then it's called a medical abortion and should be permitted. But I'm against the selfish abortions. So what else can the people facing abortion do? Is there other options? Well, of course there is. It's called the loving act of adoption. If you don't think you're mature enough or don't have the money to raise a child, someone else can. The number of couples wanting to adopt outnumber the babies being aborted. Thousands of infertile couples would do anything to have and care for the babies being aborted. Don't think of it as giving your child away to random strangers. Think of it as giving your baby away to a better life, to make a change in the future. Who knew? Maybe one of the babies that was aborted could have had the cure for cancer, or maybe even AIDS. but now we'll never know. I read a story on the Dallas Morning News about a girl from Jersey. She was getting talked to before she entered one of the abortion mills. She said the reason she was having the abortion was because she didn't want to be known as a 16-year-old teen pregnant. But now she's known as a 16-year-old who got pregnant and then killed her kid. I believe that Roe v. Wade decision legalizing abortions on demand in America was one of the most important and devastating decisions the Supreme Court ever made. But just because it's been legalized doesn't mean it has to stay that way forever. It can be changed. So what can you do to help and or become pro-life? Simply by Googling it on Google. Or if you have a Facebook, you can join many pro-life groups. Even your church or local churches have groups that do sidewalk counseling around abortion mills. Any small change can make a huge difference in the end. Pro-life people are diverse in economic status, race, and education. Yet they are all unified by the concept that all humans, especially the unborn, have an inherited right to life.